The Worcester Bravehearts entered tonight just one win away from their 6th straight FCBL Championship Series. And the team would like to remind the rest of the league they've only been around for 6 seasons. Bravehearts get a home game tonight, taking on Brockton and trying to close out the Rox. Not easy to do. It's the top-seeded team, the Brockton Rox, and they got off to an early start. Gabe Gioso, a base hit in the first. B.J. Murray scores, and the Rox have a 1-0 lead. Braveheart starters Cole Chidoba, the Assumption star, rears back for a big strikeout to end the inning. Bottom of the first, back come the Bravehearts with 2 outs. John Thrasher, base hit in the left, keeps the inning alive. Important hit from Thrasher because Ben Rice is up next, and he has just been straight up raking. Rice, the Dartmouth catcher, blast to the deepest part of the yard. It's gone. It's about a 390-foot shot, 2-run homer. 2-1 Worcester at that point. Top of the third, same score. Rox threatening Chidoba, raring back for the high heater and the strikeout. But the Rox still have him juiced. Evan Slate, base hit into right. Murray's going to score. That tied the game at 2. Brockton putting the pressure on and pushing across another run in the inning to take the lead. There was a rain delay in this one, so the game is still going on. It's all Brockton so far. The Rox lead 12-4, and the game is in the 7th inning. To the Legion Baseball Tournament now. Shrewsbury and Vermont winners bracket game, and it's 8-0 Shrewsbury in the 4th. Mike Bean fielding his position well for post 397. He was in relief of Big John West. Then it's Alex Zadonis in the 5th with a strikeout. The locals spreading out their pitching. They need him for the rest of the way. Zadonis fielding his position well, fires the strike to first. Shrewsbury gets the win 9-0. They play Massachusetts state champion Lawrence tomorrow evening. Now, how'd they get to tonight? Well, their first game was delayed, and they had to play the rest of it against HAMPDEN, Maine this morning. And they are up big at this point, 8-1 in the 4th, when Matthew Livingston crushes one. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. The big fella out of St. John's has himself a triple, and TJ Morgira scores. They made it 9-1. Anthony Ham then with a bloop fly. The infield was in, so the ball drops in. Michael Bonolo scores. It's 10-1 post 397. Next in line was Ryan Conant, and he continues the rally. Base hit in the left. Chris Wright coming on to score. 11-1 locals. And it's Livingston. He had a big game. Between the 2 days, he drove in a lot of runs. Deep fly to center, deep enough to get Conant to the plate. Shrewsbury gets that win 15-2 in a 6-inning shortened game. So they've scored 24 runs, giving up just 2 in their first 2 games of the tournament. The Holy Cross Football Crusaders have a little bit of buzz, as we've talked about, all around their campus as they are early in training camp but already noticing gains this year. So there is excitement on Mount St. James around the football program and big expectations. The Crusaders held Media Day this morning. They had a little fun during the team picture sessions. Bob Chesney was directing the sessions. They had a little bit of fun, but when they're on the field, practice time, it's all about competition, and it's all about teammates pushing each other for playing time.
We think we have a really special team this year, and with that comes competition. So with that, we have players that are working day in and day out, going with the ones, going with the twos, which only just pushes people further and further to work hard and harder, which our end goal will hopefully push us further and get us better and better each day.
It doesn't matter who you are, freshman, senior, it doesn't matter how much you've played in the past. It's always a competition every day, and as Coach tells us, you know, the best guys are going to play. It doesn't matter who you are, really. So at the end of the day, and that's kind of what keeps us going, I think just the fact that whoever's doing well at that spot will play in the game.
I mean, we're a 5 and whatever football team. That's not very good. I think even times before when we were a 9-and or 10-and or 11-and football team, you still got to prove yourself. The minute that someone gets to walk in the doors and walk out on that field and know that it's their job and they don't have to work very hard for it is the minute that I think we lose everything we're trying to build here.
Head coach Bob Chesney putting it all in perspective. The Crusaders are already doing some work, believe it or not, for their week 1 matchup against Navy, and really it's just the first week of training camp. So they're getting ready for that big one. In fact, they already started working on Navy in the spring, and the guys have all been looking forward to games against Navy and Syracuse this year, along with the rest of their challenging schedule. So more from the football team as it gets going, and of course the rest of the Central Massachusetts colleges really get going in the next week to week and a half as well.
Yeah, you brought up those big games, Navy and Syracuse. Those bring the huge crowds. So it's that added pressure that some people thrive, and others may not thrive under that kind of pressure.
You know, and they got a little taste of it last year at BC. I think, and they think, the Crusaders do, that will help them going into some of these other matchups against Navy and Syracuse, where the crowds will probably be even bigger and louder.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it gets you ready for whatever your next step is, that loud crowd, especially people that are looking into the NFL and things like that.
No question.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on Worcester News Tonight. For Andy Lacombe, I'm Anna Botari. See you back here tomorrow.